We're at a coffee shop today called Blackboard Cafe. Mike's going over, he's going to set up a camera, and we're going to try and get a little bit of video footage out there for you. I made it down to Elevate Coffee Company, and you know, the name coffee is obviously in the name there. The word coffee is in the name, but they roast coffee on site. They roast it every day. They let it sit for a day or two, and then they kind of come back to it to sell it. But it was excellent. It had a great smell, great vibe. The coffee house was packed with people, and they were all paying what Mike and I were talking about here, which was kind of be the focus of our conversation today, the cost of admission or the price of admission. One of the things about, I think, when you run a coffee joint, and you see that even with places like Starbucks, is when people come in, for the most part, and you'll get a handful of people that don't subscribe to this, but most people want to give you something. You are providing a place for them to sit. You're providing a place for them to work. Nowadays, we provide Wi-Fi access, and people want to pay you back for that. So when they come in, they'll order a cup of coffee. They'll order, something to eat off the menu. And if you have just an outstanding and excellent product, in this case, Mike and I have been talking about the cups of coffee. If you have an outstanding cup of coffee, what initially could have just been, hey, I'm going to pay the price of admission to kind of sit down and finish my homework project, finish some work project, or just goof off while I wait for my family, all of a sudden that has now transformed into something that's entirely different. You've now built kind of a fan or a lifelong potential customer there.
But here's where I see the market that we live in my opinion. You have the Starbucks, you have the commercial unit, and then you have a company like Blue Bottle, who's kind of the refined, more high-end. I almost see like our market, we need someone that can help bridge that gap from your everyday standard cup of coffee to that place is too elegant, too hipster. I'm not going to go in there. It's just, you know what I mean? It's not my type of vibe. We're not a metro type of area. So I think if somebody came along that was had a more local feeling, but yet said, let me show you how we're going to make your coffee today. Here's the beans. We just roasted these this morning. And kind of just, if you have a passion for it, it's going to come through. And then right in front of them, you grind it. And then you show them what method you're brewing. And you can kind of tell them a little bit why you're doing it. And so at the end of it, it's kind of an experience. Not only are they going to be tasting something they've maybe never tasted before, or only have in big cities or at specialty coffee shops. And then they're going to also have the experience of seeing that you just made them something. It wasn't a machine that just popped out the same drink as the guy before. Even though consistency's important, and it will be consistent. You're still going to be creating something it'll be special. Yeah, and how they want to present the product, the presentation of the product, how they're going to end up treating people. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. The customer service standpoint. And I think we both share this opinion that we really want to treat people like $1 million when they come in. And that's for a hands-on, face-to-face type of deal. And as much as people complain about the lost art of customer service, I can tell you that when you and I have worked together, or when Mike and I have worked together, it's not like that. It's something special. We did that at the bank, and we were able to, I don't know if people were happy to be 15 deep in line at the bank, but they knew when they came up and it was their turn, they got something special. They got my full attention. And I think that's what your customers want from you, is they want your full attention. They want to be made special, or at least in a like a live in-person type of experience. Amazon does these in different ways. They make people special by providing fantastic service before and after. So we're going to sum up real quick. Cost of entry. The cost of entry sometimes is food, it's a drink, it's whatever, but if you can give them something worth coming back for, they will. And then
lastly, provide something special, a special experience. And I think that if you can find a mentor or somebody who's already doing it, that would be the way to do it. Like if Blue Bottle's already doing it special, let's go see what they've got going on. As far as roasting locally, we've got somebody that's within an hour drive that seems to be doing something that's very nice. In Elevate Coffee Company, they roast on site. They use within 2 days, or they let it sit for a day and then use it, type of deal. But it was a good experience.